Alright, hello. I'm Ethan, and I will be talking about the importance of beach dunes today, specifically at San Buenaventura State Beach, but also just in general, the importance of beach dunes and how beneficial they can be towards our coast. To start, this is a picture that I took of the backside of the dunes, closest to the beach, actually. The dunes are very interesting in San Buenaventura because from this angle it would appear that it was just a normal beach with our typical tourist recreational beach, very flat, not a lot of seaweed present, uh, blue crashing waves, which is the case on this side, but there's actually a barrier between this side and the state park that is actually the beach dunes. So if you were to see it from the front side, this is one picture from the front side, you can see that there's a lot more mounds of sand in this area. There's also that great heron that I happened to capture when I visited there. There's a lot of dune specific vegetation that is present at the dunes, stuff like sea figs and verbenas, red and pink verbenas. There's also different types of wildlife such as ground squirrels and cottontail rabbits and lizards. A lot of bird species as well. Typically, I would see a lot of songbirds out there, like the sparrows. Um, but you'll also see crows and herons and those type of things here. But more importantly, talking about the dunes, as you can see, they're pretty big right there. Dunes are very important for processes such as protecting residential areas like beachfront zones, and also just roads and other sort of structures from beach erosion and from rising tides come washing up onto the shore. They do a good job of making a buffer zone and protecting these areas from getting washed up. They also are a important habitat for a lot of different species. Like I previously stated, California coast used to be made up a lot of these sort of dunes, but as we have commercialized and monetized the beach, as we have talked about in class, how the beach is the calling card of California. When you think of California, you think of something regarding the beach, something regarding waves, that sort of thing. We have gotten rid of these dunes because they're not good for people to be able to take the space up and lay out by the sun and be in the water in the summertime. So a lot of these beaches are now much flatter and are lacking some of the key components that make it a viable habitat for different species that reside in these areas, which is why San Buenaventura created this restoration site where they have slowly but surely restored the dunes and tried to encourage native species to relocate and recolonize and fertilize these areas with different sort of critters and birds and vegetation, like I previously stated. Um, it's important to note that this restoration site is surrounded by a whole bunch of boardwalks that were made to protect these native vegetation species. People can walk along the boardwalk and see the dunes and use the boardwalks as a way to get to the actual beach side of the shore. Sorry, the shore side of the beach. Um, However, some people still uh, will end up on these dunes because though there are boardwalks, the fencing is not too discouraging for people from going onto the dunes. A lot of the barriers are simple string barriers, but this is just one example of a process that has started in other locations as well, of restoring the dunes to protect homes and people and structures from the rising sea level and the rising tides that have been occurring. And recolonize the area, I should say. I think it is an important thing that we should continue to do and continue to monitor. It's one of the least talked about things regarding our beaches, and I think that we should continue to explore the importance and also the benefits that could come along with including more coastal zones, at least in beaches that maybe are not so uh, heavily visited by tourists or by California residents. I think that is all I have to say. Thank you for listening to this video. Bye.